Act 3 of The Beauty Stone by Arthur Wing Pinero and Joseph Comyns Carr. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3, Scene 1. The terrace of the castle. In the center stands an ample cushioned seat. On the right and left is an archway, and at the back from one archway to the other runs a balustrade from which spring pillars supporting the roof. Beyond is a view of the wall and town of Miramont, as seen from a height. The sun shines hotly. From without, as if from some distance below the castle, comes the sound of Lane's voice.
An hour agone 'twas the moon that shone. Oh, for the moon on the city wall! But the night is done, and now one by one the banners are set afloat in the sun. Oh, for the sun on the city wall! Yet night and day I kneel and pray at the foot of the castle stair. Then tell me, I pray, ye gallants gay, ah, tell me, ye ladies fair, if your lord should chance to ride this way, would he list to a poor maid's prayer?
During the song, the seneschal enters from the right, attracted by the voice. He goes to the balustrade and looks down at the singer. Seneschal as the song ceases.
'Tis the crippled beggar maid. Why comes she hither to sing her song morn after morn? Get ye within the town, foolish wench, where thy piping will not be lost in air.
From the left, Seda and Simon enter. An angry frown is upon her face, but lover-like he follows her patiently and wistfully. Simon is now apparelled richly in a habit becoming a young man. The seneschal, eyeing them under his brows, bows and prepares to depart. Seda to the seneschal.
Stay, some bustle is toward in the town. Seek ye the cause.
I will, madam.
He goes out on the left. Seda, sitting wearily.
The air is heavy, is it not?
To me 'tis pleasing, save when you look harshly upon me.
Thou knowest I regard thee with some liking.
With some liking? Yesterday 'twas with some love. This morn 'tis with some liking. To-morrow, perchance, 'twill be with a little loathing.
Sitting beside her.
Alack, you alter with each hour.
Tell me thy secret, Simon, and I will be steadfast evermore.
I cannot.
Bah! How oft have I besought thee to trust me, and how oft hast thou replied, I cannot, I cannot.
You would I trust, dared I trust mortal.
Rising apprehensively.
But there is the holy friar's warning against it.
He recked not of one loving thee as I do, for indeed I find I do love thee, Simon.
Simon throwing himself upon his knees before her.
Oh, lady, lady!
Seda bending over him.
Therefore give me, for trust, the lightest inkling of thy secret. Trust me or go.
Pity me.
Seda thrusting him from her.
Nay then, go.
Simon clinging to her.
Sweet madam, this much will I tell.
Ah!
The miracle is wrought by the possession of a sacred relic that will advantage only its owner.
Seda, her arms about him.
Yea, say on, dear love.
No more.
Lo, I stoop to kiss thine hands. Where lieth this relic?
That will I never reveal.
Takest thou me for a thief?
I do fear even the rush of the wind, lest it strip me of my holy treasure.
What? Dost thou bear it upon thee?
Nay.
Thou dost.
Lane's voice is again heard.
The white moon lay on the ruined hay, white as a shroud on the city wall. Though they cried him nay, yet he went his way, for all their sighing he would not stay. Oh, for the moon on the city wall! Then tell him, I pray, ye gallants gay, ah, tell him, ye ladies fair, there is one doth wait by the castle gate, at the foot of the castle stair, and she cries, alack, come back, come back! Ah, why doth he linger there?
List!
'Tis but a beggar maid that sings daily under the castle wall.
Simon rising and looking down at Seda guiltily.
Lady!
Seda avoiding his gaze.
I?
Simon his head bowed.
This beggar maid is the daughter of old Simon Limahl the weaver, the daughter of the man I was ere I became.
Conscience-stricken.
Saints, what am I?
Seda rising and embracing him.
My lover, my lover!
Simon repelling her gently.
The song of the beggar maid oppresses me.
Think not of her now, in the hour of our love. Fling her gold.
That have I done, and she renders it back to the warder at the castle gate. 'Tis not gold she begs. Poor wench, poor wench!
He looks over the balustrade, while Seda taps her foot upon the ground impatiently. The song ceases. Simon turning to her.
Lady, you speak sooth. The air is heavy.
The seneschal returns.
Madam,
Say you,
there has ridden one into the town, telling how that upon the coming of the Duke of Burgundy and the Count of Hainault, the rebel lord of Peruse did raise the siege of Maastricht and fall back upon Liège.
ha!
And that there a great and victorious battle has been fought.
Victorious!
Advancing to him.
My lord of Merlemont?
Returns triumphant. The town buzzes with talk of his gallantry, and even now gathers an assemblage in the market-place to greet him honourably.
Triumphant! At what hour is he looked for?
Madam, at noon.
The seneschal goes out on the left. Seda to herself.
Triumphant! And returned already.
Simon approaching her gloomily.
The lord of Merlemont is for home. Then am I banished from thy side?
Sweet, I will plot to keep thee near me. Come, 'tis still a little time from noon, and the sun is hot. Let us, while we may, go within, and twixt sleeping and waking, whisper promises of love.
Seda!
Seda drawing back.
Stay, but first show me this holy relic that thou hast upon thee.
Simon disclosing the stone.
'Tis here.
Come.
They go off together on the right, her fingers toying with the cord from which hangs the beauty stone. As they go, the devil watching them steals on from the left, followed by Jacqueline, who is carrying a lute. Jacqueline is now very gentle and maidenly. Devil to himself.
At last! I thought my jest had run its course, the booby was so prudent.
To Jacqueline.
Little Jacques.
Jacqueline approaching him with downcast eyes.
Call you me, sir?
See you yon couple?
Aye.
What make they?
Love, I ween. True love. Why, 'tis my lady Saida and the pretty youth, and while the Lord Philip is away at the wars. Oh, shame!
Walking away.
I will look no more.
I had forgot you are a girl, little Jacques. 'Tis surprising, too, how modest ye are, remembering ye as I found ye. Lo, they have shut themselves within. You may turn your blushing face hitherward.
Jacqueline returning to him.
Oh, do not scoff at me, dear master.
Devil with a grimace.
Dear master, dear puling, sighing, bleating sheep, for so you are become.
Oh, prithee.
Devil sitting gazing in the direction in which Seda and Simon have departed.
Bah! Strike thy lute and sing. Sing me a strain with mischief in it.
Nay, I know no such strain. I fear me I have lost appetite for mischief, master.
Sing, vixen, sing.
Ah, why dost sigh and moan? Ah, why, ah, why? Mad merry Jacqueline, that danced from morn till even. Goodbye, goodbye. Yea, for all mirth hath flown, the strings have all one tone. Ah, why, ah, why?
Devil, not heeding Jacqueline, to himself.
Haste, Thaida, haste. Thy lord's home-coming will thwart thee, an thou dost not use dispatch.
Jacqueline seats herself upon the ground near the devil.
It is the lute that sings, not I, not I. Methinks some sleeping heart that once had felt love's smart doth wake and cry. Nay, hark, 'tis love's own wings that fan the trembling strings. Not I, not I.
Devil turning to Jacqueline, looking down upon her with distaste.
Why, what is't ye sing of?
Love, master.
Love?
Yea, master.
Of what degree?
Pure love, sir, faithful love.
Who has learned ye the song?
None.
Whence comes it?
Methinks from my heart.
Your heart? Your baggage? With whom are you smitten?
She averts her face.
With whom? With whom?
Jumping up.
Why, you misbegotten little trull, ere I made you my page, you declared you hated men as such.
Jacqueline rising.
So did I.
And now? The name of the knave, his title.
Oh, sir.
Ah!
Grasping her wrist.
'Tis I.
Mercy, thy nails.
'Tis I. Speak.
Pardon.
Speak.
Master, when I promised thee I could never love man, then a man had never become poor Jacqueline's master.
Devil flinging her aside and pacing to and fro, enraged.
Pardon me, oh, pardon me. I do desire naught but to serve thee humbly and faithfully till death.
Get thee gone. I am weary of thee. I took ye, fed ye, clothed thee, that thou shouldst be merry, mischievous, and spiteful. And now thou art sick with pure, honest, maidenly devotion. Plie!
Flinging her lute over the balustrade.
Go, back to thy foul stable.
Nay, let me stay, sir.
Rummage beneath the straw. There lie thy rags, where thou didst stow them.
Master, I will not leave thee.
Wilt not?
Pointing to the left.
To thy rags, to thy stable.
She departs unsteadily. From the right comes the sound of Simon's voice, calling piteously upon Seda. Devil listening.
Ah!
Seda enters and stands facing the devil triumphantly. She has cast away her outer robe and is clad wholly in white. Her hair streams luxuriantly to her waist, and upon her face is the look of fresh, virginal beauty.
Mine, mine at last, poor vanquished slave, be gone. Say you, my lord, hath conquered. Look on me, that fading wreath of laurel he hath won, vies not with beauty's crown of victory. What laggard steed doth carry Lord Philip home to-day? Ah, wherefore doth he tarry so long upon the way? Knew he that beauty's flower refashioned waits him here. Methinks each fleeting hour would seem a lingering year. Ride on, my lord, ride on, and thou shalt find cheeks of whitest snow, where reddest roses grow, or mounds of moulded pearl, eyes of darkest jet, rimmed round with violet tresses that unfurl like banners in the wind, whereon the sun hath shone. Ride on, my lord, ride on. Nay, though the crowd be thronging to kiss thy fingertips, ride on, these lips are longing, sweet love, to greet thy lips. Ungird that sword thou bearest, cast the laurel from thy brow. Those eyes that sought the fairest shall behold the fairest now.
Simon enters, again a feeble, broken old man.
Zeta!
Presume no more, thou vile old man.
Devil leading him across to the left.
Old gentleman, take a friend's counsel. Change thy garb, and get thee to thy loom again, without more ado.
Lady!
Hence, or the cry of witchcraft shall be raised against thee. Hence, vagabond, hence, impostor. Ha 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 ha.
Simon staggers away on the left. Trumpets sound without, and there is the noise of tramping feet and of the clatter of armor.
He comes, my lord comes.
Devil glancing over the balustrade.
Aye, truly.
So do I reap my triumph in the hour of his triumph. So does my victory crown his victory. So shall my new-found beauty be as the gay flower the war-weary soldier plucks and wears in his helm.
Aye, and this fellow shall stoop to pluck it too. Stoop, cringe, crawl.
Sir Count, I do thank thee for thy service. Ah, prithee, stand aside.
Philip and Guntran enter from the left. Philip leaning upon Guntran, and with his disengaged hand feeling his way helplessly. His casque is off, and a bandage is over his eyes. His knights and the standard-bearer carrying a torn standard follow slowly. All are still in armor, which is now dinted and rusty.
Philip!
Who speaks?
'Tis I, Saida.
Zeta?
Strip the cloth from thine eyes. Look at me.
I cannot. I am blind.
Oh!
Nay, madam, 'tis time for rejoicing. By St. Bavon, but my Lord Philip was the first to break the rebel ranks at Liège. As for his eyes, that for the accursed sulphur and pitch that hath seared them. Why, as thou knowest, a man's eyes are oft his worst enemy. Therefore we cry naught but victory. Philip of Mirlemont and victory.
Philip of Mirlemont, victory, victory.
The cry is taken up without, and the shout of victory is again and again repeated.
Victory, victory, victory.
Devil behind Seda in her ear.
Alack, madam, we reckoned not for this.
Seda to Philip.
Philip, my love, I tell thee my skin is soft and fair.
I cannot see thee.
My eyes sparkle, my lips are red, my hair drops round me like a cloak.
I cannot see thee.
Then am I no more beautiful to thee than the withered crones that whine for alms beside the fountain?
No more, for I cannot see thee.
Lane's voice is heard again.
With roses red they crowned her head, bright was the sun on the city wall. But the light hath fled, and the day is dead, and the rose leaves all are withered. Oh, for the sun on the city wall! Then tell me, I pray, ye gallants gay, as ye climb the castle stair, if your lord should chance to ride this way, Ah, tell me, ye ladies fair, if your lord should chance to ride this way, would he list to a poor maid's prayer? Alack, alack, could he give her back a heart that is prisoned there?
Whose voice is that?
'Tis a ragged wench that sings daily under the castle wall.
'Tis the voice of the weaver's daughter.
Zeta to the devil.
Turn her away, whip her, and she will not cease her song.
Devil to himself with a scowl.
Ay, for this smacks too much of true love.
He goes out on the right. Philip to Guntram.
Gontran, I would speak with the weaver's daughter. Lead me to her.
Nay, she hath returned to her crippledom. Once more is her shoulder humped, her body lean, her skin yellow.
Philip pointing into vacancy.
See, she is beautiful.
See? Thou canst not see.
Yea, into her soul.
As Lane's song ceases, the devil returns.
Philip.
Philip to Guntram.
Lead me forth to the weaver's daughter.
Philip goes out on the left, led by Guntram. The knights and the standard-bearer follow. Zeta coming face to face with the devil.
So all is lost forever, and 'twas thou didst lure me on to steal this treacherous stone.
Nay, beauty's crown still rests upon thy brow. Though love be blind, that beauty is thine own.
Mine own, mine own, what devil lurks in thee to mock my shame? And this accursed spell that leaves yon crippled maid her victory. In hell 'twas born. I yield it back to hell.
She plucks the stone from her bosom and flings it to the ground, and rushes away on the right. The distant town bells ring out as the devil picks up the stone.
And so it befell, at the sound of the bell, this stone had come back to me.
Slipping the stone into his pocket.
And anon it sped over sea and land, it journeyed over land and sea. It hath lodged in many a jealous hand, but it always comes back to me.
He mounts the balustrade and leaps into space. End of Scene 1. Scene 2. The market-place again, now gay with flowers and banners and bright sunshine. The townsfolk are assembled as in the first act. Those from the war are narrating their exploits to eager listeners. And once more the aldermen are waiting expectantly in the doorway of the town hall, and the pikemen are gathered about the steps. Nicholas Dirks is directing the serving men in the arrangement of the throne chair and some less important seats in front of the steps, while a score of lads and girls are dancing gaily before the inn, with Pepin the dwarf in their midst.
O'er Mirlamont city the banners are flying, sing high for the garlands that swing in the sun, and hearts that but yesterday sadly were sighing are crying, sing ho for the battle that's won. Sing high for the war that is done, and now the war's over, each husband and lover is welcome in Mirlamont town.
Joan makes her way through the crowd and humbly plucks Nicholas by the sleeve.
Tut, tut, tut! What is this?
Good burgomaster, hast seen aught of Lane, my child?
I, woman?
Every morn she will stray from my side, and today she is long past her hour for homecoming.
Tush! Here is the Lord Philip, that hath lost both his eyes, and he bids us rejoice. Yet thou must needs whimper, because perchance thy weakling hath fallen into the dike. Stand aloof, dame.
Nicholas enters the town hall as Simon, who has returned to his rags, comes through the crowd and approaches Joan. Simon, who is concealed from the rest by his hood.
Joan.
Blessed St. Luke, Simon.
Wife, I am old again, yet but vastly older than I was, for I have broke faith with thee, my true friend. which knowledge is heavier upon me than double all my years of want and labor.
Where is the stone that gave thee youth?
The woman took it from my breast.
I thank the saints.
Truly thou art avenged. Whither wouldst have me go?
Back to thy loom.
And thou?
I'll come with thee, and patch and mend for thee while thou art spinning.
Wife!
Joan weeping.
Oh, Simon!
Some of the townsfolk gather about them.
Why, weaver, where have you been this past week?
Nay, may not a toiler take holiday once in a score of years? The good man hath gone to Zolden, where he courted me ere we ever saw Merliment. I did send him with a message to my cousin.
The shrewish girl to Simon.
You know your wench has lost her beauty as quickly as she found it?
Joan facing her.
Ay, what the saints bestow, that they can take away. They are not like to give thee aught, sour face, even for an hour, save it be a fit of the spleen.
Simon and Joan go up the alley. The shrewish girl and a few others follow them, jeering at them. The devil, again disguised as a friar, comes through the crowd and stands pulling his beard and looking about him. The town bells ring out as Jacqueline, dressed as in the first act, as a poor girl, enters with tottering steps and knocks against the devil.
Oh, pardon, Holy Father, I can scarce see before me.
What ails thee, daughter? Thou art trembling.
I, all of a shake. Oh, I have had an ill dream, or some evil fellow has put magic upon me.
Magic?
Father, say, is it possible for one to dream a whole week through?
Verily, if thou sleepest for a week unbrokenly.
Alack, and I have been wide awake.
Clutching at his gown in terror.
Father!
Hey!
Grant me your blessing. Holy saints, but I do believe I have been in service since a week yesterday to the devil himself.
Devil pulling his gown away.
Daughter!
Nay, nay, your blessing. I will be a good girl forevermore. Your blessing.
Devil in horror.
A tanto scalere, libera nos domine.
He waves her from him as she staggers away towards the alley. The two trumpeters come from the town hall, and standing upon the steps blow blasts on their trumpets. The pikemen force the crowd back as Nicholas returns bowing before Philip, who descends the steps with Guntran's aid. The knights and the standard-bearer follow. There is a general movement of sympathy among the crowd.
People of Mermont, you are assembled to do me honour, yet are you silent. You will not raise your voices in joyful greeting, because, think you, I am blind. Friends, I do declare to you, I am blind only with my eyes, and that with my understanding I do see at last all men and women, and the world we dwell in right clearly. Therefore, for the tardy love I bring you, I do beseech you deny me not your voices.
Philip of Merlemont! Philip of Merlemont!
And as earnest of my good resolves toward you that live within my township, have I determined to mate with one that is humblest among you. Yet I take small credit for this act, the maid I worship being the fairest of all I have e'er known, so pure is she in heart and disposition, wherein I now perceive lieth true beauty. Set me a seat here beside my own.
The serving men place a seat by the throne chair, and Guntran goes into the town hall. Simon, Joan, and Jacqueline return and mix with the crowd. The devil stands near the inn, watching the proceedings with a scowl.
Hail to the Lord of our land! Philip of Merlemont, hail!
Guntran reappears, and following him come some of the ladies of Philip's household, escorting Lane.
Behold this maid whose simple faith hath proved both shield and spur to that true lord she loved.
What is this? Nay, look again. It is, and yet it cannot be.
And I who sought her all in vain, 'tis thus my child comes back to me.
Lord Philip weds the cripple Lane? Yes, look again, in sooth 'tis she.
Lane advances and embraces her mother and father and Jacqueline.
Oh, father! Mother! Father hath come home.
Yea, home again, and never more shall roam.
I dreamt not of this. And thou, dear Jacqueline?
What? Wouldst thou greet the rebels' tattered queen?
Philip to Lane.
Where hast thou fled? Come hither. Take thy place, that all may see the glory of thy face.
Devil aside.
Oh, get me hence. 'Tis but a sorry jest, when love, though blind, hath wit to choose the best.
In truth I am not blind. At last I see thee truly, know thee as thou art. Though heaven hath set a veil upon these eyes, it doth but blacken out the ruined past, and love's one star that lights my sunless skies shows clear the way that leads me to thy heart. If the cloak of the winter be not but the glittering garment of spring, if the whispering silence of night but tells of the dawn that is there, then the veil on these eyes is no more than a shadow that falls from love's wing, for 'tis love that proclaims thee today the fairest of all that are fair.
If the cloak of the winter be not but the glittering garment of spring, if the whispering silence of night but tells of the dawn that is there, then the veil on those eyes is no more than a shadow that falls from love's wing. For 'tis love that proclaims thee today the fairest of all that are fair.
Philip and Lane sit side by side. Simon and Joan kneel before them, stretching out their hands in thanksgiving. The devil, hiding his face in his cowl, deals away as the curtain falls finally. End of Act 3. End of The Beauty Stone by Arthur Wing Pinero and Joseph Comyns Carr.